Ever wondered why a simple no in Greece might get you like a strange look, or why nodding your head could mean the complete opposite of what you're thinking? Mastering Greek communication isn't just learning the typical phrases, it's about reading the culture between the words. In this video, I'm going to share the fascinating cultural nuances that can make you break your interactions in Greece and interact better with Greek people, helping you avoid misunderstandings and actually create and connect with authentically with locals and with Greek people. But yeah, hey, before we dive into that, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out the inside tips and the podcast episodes of Expat Experts. Let's start with the basics. Greetings. In Greece, simple Yassas is great, Yasu, but it's the energy behind that really matters. Greeks value like enthusiasm and Greek communication and genuine in your way of communicating with them. So doing that with a warm smile and proper eye contact go the long way. Now, regarding physical greetings, that's the next level. Expect handshakes, expect touching in formal settings, but also among friends, like sometimes even with new people that you just met. Um, when there is a little bit more confidence, and especially between women, you might get uh, cheek kisses, someone in one cheek, sometimes in two, and it depends a little bit on the relationship that you have and the context that you are. Don't stiffen up. It's just sign of warmth, and it's part of the Greek culture. And important, remember that right cheek first and then the left one. It's literally the opposite of what we do in Catalonia, so it's kind of dangerous. So if your culture is also doing it the other way around, remember right and then left. Then there is the magic key. Saying hi to people, it's nice. Saying a yasu, it's nice, but using the proper timing on the proper moment, it's the correct way of greeting people. So saying a kalimera in the morning, a kalispera in the evening, in the right time, it's more than polite. It really opens doors, and it opens the idea that you are trying to interact and that you are putting the respect and the time to learn the language and the specific greetings. If you want to hit the nail, Kalo Brady for goodbye in the evening, Kalo Messi in the middle of the day, um, and maybe the most extreme case, which would be beginning of the month, week, and the season, where the case of, I don't know, being a Monday, the beginning of summer, and being first of the month, that would be a very long sentence, but they appreciate when you learn that. That would probably go around something like Kalimera, Kalokieri, Kalo Abdomada, Kalomina. It's a lot of kalos, it's a lot of greetings, it's a lot of saying and giving a good health during that time, or a good time for the rest of the month even. But it's part of the culture, and they really greet everyone constantly everywhere. So learn when to use the proper greeting in every moment of the day and every moment of the week, month, season even. But on top of speaking, Greek body language is important, and it's expressive. Uh, there are gestures that you need to know, and there are gestures that you will end using regularly. One of the most famous ones, and always appearing in movies, it's the moutza, which is basically the open palm extended towards someone. But use it carefully. It's highly offensive. It's the equivalent of a strong insult. So it's not something that you should be using regularly, hopefully. The tricky one, and I think it's one of the ones that confuses the most on for foreigners living in Greece, it's the head nod. So the act of going up or going down. So normally a nod up means no, and you can even reinforce it with a click on your tongue. So would directly end a discussion or end a question, while downward tilting, this is more common in other Western European countries, would mean a yes, but the no, it's different from majority of the countries in Europe and even America or Australia. Can be confusing at first, but you will get the hang of it. I actually still do it, and I'm not even in Greece anymore. So actually, right now I do it, and nobody understands me in Italy. So, but it is a cultural thing, and even sometimes they will not even say the word. As I said, they just do the movement, and you need to understand. So it's important that you learn this kind of non-verbal communication. Then, besides this, there is also the tone. It's important to understand tones and tonalities on the sentences of Greek people. Loud doesn't mean anger all the times. Sometimes it means passion or excitement. It doesn't mean that they are angry with you. And don't be thrown away from a conversation if it gets heated. It normally ends with laughter and hugs. It's the other way around. It's part of Greek value culture of ways of tone and speaking. On top of that, also eye contact is important. It needs to be direct. Greeks value a lot sincerity, and strong eye connection shows like you're confident and you have some kind of respect on what you are saying. To make it even more complicated, in regards of the words no and yes, besides the nodding of the head, it's Ohi and Ne, which majority of the foreigners get tripped into this because Ne actually means yes, while Ohi means no. Uh, to make it worse, I lived in a part in Germany in my own experience where the abbreviation for nine, which is no in German, was abbreviated as Ne. So basically, Ne was no in Germany. And when I moved to Greece, suddenly it was yes. And you don't know how many supermarket bags, sakules, I end having at home in the first month in Athens because I wanted to say no, but I ended saying yes. And then I didn't know how to get out of there. So this is an important one. Learn that ne means yes and ohi means no. And learn also that Greeks often communicate refusals in an indirect way. So they try to avoid hurting feelings or creating tension or moments of tension. Instead of saying a flat no to you, you might hear things like we'll see or maybe later, which in context means no. That's the thing. So to identify that, the trick that I would recommend you again, it's listening to the tone. It's not only the words that are being used. If someone is hesitating on your response and the tone that they are using, it's relatively more hesitant, they might be declining you politely in a non so direct way as we are used to. One important thing is life in Greece happens outside. So going out in Greece, it's important. Cafes and tavernas are the center of life in Greece. And being outside in the platea and having a Fred espresso, it's the center of social life in Greece. So these ones have normally their own etiquettes also and their ways of behaving. Splitting the bill, it's kind of less common than other places, I would say. Normally, one person, if you're with locals, will insist on paying. It's just a kind of gesture of philotimo, which is like the unique Greek concept of honor, generosity, and doing the right thing. Let's say it like this. I personally think that this disappears slowly as soon as you get more in the inner circle of your new Greek friends and the local people. So that's maybe at the beginning, and then slowly you would be part of the family, and then you start splitting bills, etc., etc. If you want to learn a little bit more on how to make good friends abroad, I would recommend you to watch this, check this video that I created about it. But besides that, I think in tavernas and coffees everywhere, actually, where there is a service, normally you associate also the tipping. No, that's one of the questions that you always make when you travel abroad. Should I be tipping or not? Tipping is appreciated, is expected most of the times, normally in cash, in the table, couple of coins. Sometimes even like with the card, you can add the tip directly. It's never as high as in the US. It's just a rounding up or leaving a euro or two. Normally, it's enough in most of the cases, unless it's a very expensive restaurant or a unique thing. And unless you're in a tourist trap like Mykonos, then you end paying like the US standard tipping prices. But yeah, hey, if you want to live more, nobody will complain. The service gets that money. So at the end, they will be happy if you live more than just a couple of euros. When it comes to the last thing on tavernas and coffees, comes to conversations. Greeks love to use these spaces, as I said, to have lively discussions and to sit down and spend time talking about everything. It's okay to join in, but I would say it's important also to wait for your turn. Interruptions in conversation in Greece are kind of common. Everyone like talks on top of each other, but showing genuine interest and waiting and listening to the other really earns you the respect from people. Last but not least, in this video, I want to talk a little bit about phrases that are helpful to know beyond the typical Eucharisto for thanking someone. And there are some connection phrases like parakalo, which means please, or you're welcome, which are very versatile and can be used in a lot of situations. So that would be the basic two, like parakalo, Eucharisto. If you want to show gratitude to someone, you can always say naisekala, which literally means be well. That hits differently onto Greek locals when you are starting to use a little bit more refined expressions. When asking for directions, for example, a simple "Μπορείτε βοηθήσετε," which means "Could you help me?" or "Can you help me?" works wonders, and it shows an effort, and locals will go out of their way to assist you and to help you, even if then you need to switch back to English because you cannot manage more than that. It's okay. Actually, that's one of the beauties of Greece, is that Greeks speak an incredibly good English, and that's very, very nice. And then last, don't forget humor, like a simple phrase as "elare file," which means "come on, friend," or "good malaka," put in the correct tone in the correct moment, with a known friend, can break the ice, especially when you say it with a smile. But remember, humor is basically for known people, so don't play humor with everyone. Let's say like this. Do it with the people that you know a little bit more, and especially respect the elders and address them in the polite form and in the polite way. So here is the question for you: which of these cultural nuances surprised you the most? Head nod, the passionate tone, the rules, social etiquette. Drop your answer in the comments below, and I would love to hear about your experiences while living in Greece. Mastering communication isn't about being perfect. It's about showing respect, curiosity, and willingness to adapt to the country that you are living in. Do that, and you will find that Greeks are one of the most warmest and welcoming people that you ever met, and that they will want to meet you, have conversations with you, and enjoy time with you. If you enjoyed this video, please give a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you are tuned with the latest tips on Expat Life, but also the latest episodes of Expat Experts.